राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय प्रभुपादा जय प्रभुपादा प्रभुपादा जय प्रभुपादा प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तरशत श्री श्रीमद् अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। इस्कॉन फाउंडर आचार्य ब्यूटी फाउंडर आचार्य जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तरशत श्री श्रीमद् भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। ब्रजभूमि वृंदावन मथुरा धाम की जय। जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय। द्वारकापुरी धाम की जय। श्री प्रभुपाद न्यू द्वारका धाम की जय। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि वो। All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जायमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवत्युत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः. Hare Krishna. We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto number 3, chapter 15, entitled Description of the Kingdom of God. And text number is 14. Vasanti yatra purushaha sarve vaikunthamurtayaha ye animitta nimittena धर्मेणाराधयन् हरिम्. वसन्ति यत्र पुरुषाः सर्वे वैकुण्ठमूर्तयः ये निमित्तेन धर्मेणाराधयन् हरिम्. वसन्ति यत्र पुरुषाः सर्वे वैकुण्ठमूर्तयः ये निमित्तेन धर्मेणाराधयन् हरिम्. वसन्ति यत्र पुरुषाः सर्वे वैकुण्ठमूर्तयः ये निमित्तेन धर्मेणाराधयन् हरिम्. वसन्ति यत्र पुरुषाः सर्वे वैकुण्ठमूर्तयः वसन्ति यत्र पुरुषाः सर्वे वैकुण्ठमूर्तयः ये निमित्तेन धर्मेणाराधयन् हरिम्. वसन्ति यत्र पुरुषाः सर्वे वैकुण्ठमूर्तयः ये निमित्तेन धर्मेणाराधयन् हरिम्. वसन्ति यत्र पुरुषाः सर्वे धर्मेणाराधयन् हरिम्. माता जी. वसन्ति यत्र पुरुषाः सर्वे वैकुण्ठमूर्तयः ये निमित्तेन धर्मेणाराधयन् हरिम्. वसन्ति यत्र पुरुषाः सर्वे वैकुण्ठमूर्तयः ये निमित्तेन धर्मेणाराधयन् हरिम्. Vasanti, they live yatra, where Purusha, persons, Sarve, all, Vaikunthamurtayaha, having a four-handed form similar to that of the Supreme Lord, Vishnu. Yea, those Vaikuntha persons, Animitta, without desire for sense gratification. Nimittena, caused by. Dharmena, by devotional service. Aradhayan, continuously worshipping. Harim, unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. In the Vaikuntha planets, all the residents are similar in form to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They all engage in devotional service to the Lord without desires for sense gratification. Purport. The residence and the form of living in Vaikuntha are described in this verse. The residents are all like the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayan. In the Vaikuntha planets, Krishna's plenary feature as four-handed Narayan is the predominating deity. And the residents of Vaikuntha Loka are also four-handed, just contrary to our conception here in the material world. Nowhere in the material world do we find a human being with four hands. In Vaikuntha Loka, there is no occupation but the service of the Lord. And this service is not rendered with a purpose. Although every service has a particular result, the devotees never aspire for the fulfillment of their own desires. Their desires are fulfilled by rendering devotional, transcendental, loving service to the Lord. Vandeham Shri Guroho Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajata Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamsya Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nitinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. I bow down to all the devotees of Rukmini Dwarkadish who have been serving here for many, many years. Our temple presidents, Savas Prabhu, Archita Prabhu, all and other Prabhupada disciples, all the Matajis who are present. And beg for your blessing so we can speak about this wonderful verse which is giving us the glimpse of what is happening in the Vaikuntha planets. The planets that are beyond the understanding of the people who are living in this world. People living in this world are mortal and they do not have any intelligence to even perceive what kind of activities that go on in the spiritual world. Just like if a child is told some mysterious concepts about mathematics, some higher algebra or higher trigonometry or integration, derivation, the child has no idea what is being talked about. So similarly, Srimad Bhagavatam describes step by step about the spiritual world and about the activities of the spiritual world. It is considered that each and every verse of Srimad Bhagavatam are like a window to the spiritual world, from where we can peep out and see what's happening in the spiritual world. Especially this verse, It's very beautiful. Vasanti yatra purushaha sarve vaikunta murtaya ye nimitta nimittena dharmena aradayan harim. In the Vaikunta planets, all the residents are similar in form to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They all engage in devotional service to the Lord without desires for sense gratification. So in the spiritual world, there is Narayan form of Krishna, or different incarnations of Krishna that appear in this world. They are all residing in the particular Vaikunta planets. But the predominating deity of Vaikunta is the four-handed form of Narayan. Just like in this world, everybody has two hands. And the president of the world, suppose there is a king of the world, he also has two hands. So we cannot say that I'm as good as the president. Because just because he looks just like me, he has one nose, two eyes, 2 ears, two hands, and he also has the same, so we are similar. It's similar in the form, but there is a huge difference in the power. The president can declare a public holiday anytime he wants. But can you do that? You can do that, but nobody will listen to you. So similarly, in the Vaikunta planets, the form of all the residents is identical to Lord Vishnu's form, the four-handed form. But the power of Lord Vishnu and the beauty of Lord Vishnu is much, much more beautiful or sublime as compared to others. And I remember one time that in our temple, one South Indian lady came, and she came inside and she was overwhelmed, such a beautiful temple. And she started looking everywhere, so like, wow, in this world of America, there is such a nice oasis. It's like in the desert you find a tiny oasis and you feel, oh, I can't even imagine. So the lady was so happy and overwhelmed, she came running and she looked at Prabhupada, she bowed down to Srila Prabhupada, and she started, chanting that, oh, Guru, Guru, Namo Guru. And then she went next. And then she looked at this deity here and she started chanting, oh Shriman Narayana, oh Shriman Narayan, Govinda, Vaikunta Ramana, Govinda, Govinda. And then she was really confused. Then she went to the next deities, Gaurnita and then Rukmini Dwarkadish, Jagannath Baldev Subhadra. She went there and she's like, again Narayana? She started, oh Venkataramana, Narayana. So how is it two Narayanas here? So looking that she's very confused, so we talked to her. We told that these are not Narayans, these are just the watchmen, the guards of the Vaikunta planets. But many times people are confused because they look exactly like Lord Narayan. So sometimes there is a confusion. So in Vaikunta, the rasa is pure rasa. There is no duality. All the residents of Vaikunta planets, they have their own planes, like what you got. You have maybe a bike or a car, somebody has a Mercedes or a Lamborghini. But in Vaikunta world, everybody has their private jet parked outside. So they have their own plane. And they can ride the plane, they can go anywhere they want. And it's just driven by their desire. And the form, they're so beautiful, it is described in Srimad Bhagavatam, that the men resemble like the beautiful clouds in the sky when they fly in their particular aeroplanes. And the ladies are so effulgent, they're so beautiful, they resemble like a lightning in the sky. So when they're flying, everybody can see the beautiful, freshly formed clouds and the lightnings traveling in the sky. And the rasa in Vaikunta is pure. That means there is only ananda, there is only happiness in Vaikunta Loka. There is nothing below Vaikunta. In the Vaikunta, there is nothing below happiness. Each and every action leads to happiness. Every step is a dance. Just like if somebody is in a very good mood, if you see sometimes in Pujari room, somebody is just singing, and the legs are moving automatically. And we think like, what's happening with her? Just, because she's happy. When you're happy, you automatically start to sing. You automatically start to dance. Why walk when you can dance? So in Vaikuntha, that's the mood. Everybody is so happy, their hearts are overflowing with happiness, joy, that while walking, they just dance. And while speaking, they sing. And the mood is that I am servant of Lord Vishnu. That is the mood. In the Vaikuntha, everybody thinks I am dasanu das. But the same consciousness gets perverted in the material world, and here everyone thinks I am bossanu boss. I want to be the boss of the boss of the boss. And that's the consciousness. That's what we see. And in the material world, Srimad Bhagavatam also describes the problem of being mortal. The death is so prominent. Srimad Bhagavatam describes ahastani sahastanam apadani chatushpadam falguni tatra mahatam jivo jivasya jivanam. So the living entity that has been condemned from Vaikuntha to the material world is constantly suffering because of being out of the homely environment. In the material world, it's a ghastly environment where one living entity is the food of another living entity. It is said, ahastani sahastanam. That means those who do not have hands, they become food for those who have hands. For example, the earthworms, or so-called worms in the earth. We see the birds, they have hands, and they eat those worms. And apadani chatushpadam. Those who do not have legs, they become prey to those who have 4 legs. Just like grass or trees, they are eaten by the 4-legged animals like cows or deer. Different animals, they survive on the grass or different trees. And ultimately, falguni tatra mahatam. The weaklings are eaten by the mightier. It is said that survival of the fittest. This is the rule of the world that we live in. Everything is being eaten by the superior. Just like we see that a butterfly is flying and thinking such a beautiful world, and he is so happy that today is such a happy day, I'm going to enjoy. It's going from one flower, sucking some honey, and going to the another, and thinking, oh, this world is such a beautiful place. But little does he know that there is a frog who is watching the butterfly and who is just desiring that I feel like eating some nice soft flaky chips. My chips are flying. When will the time come that I can grab it and I can have my dinner? At the same time, there is a snake who is looking at the frog, thinking that when will this rascal be distracted so I can swallow this frog. I feel like eating some momos, so this frog is like my momos. And at that same time, there is one eagle who is flying high above in the sky and looking down at the snake, thinking, when will the time come that I can grab this snake? I feel like eating some noodles today. So we see this is how the world is created. And the snake is being hunted by others. And ultimately, eagle may be hunted by intelligent hunter by shooting an arrow. And that hunter is also being chased by the Kala. The actual death personified is also counting, the time when this his time is going to up, so I can grab him and take him to the Yamaloka. So that's why it is said this world is very dangerous place. Even though it appears very happy and jolly, I can enjoy as much as I want. But little do we know that we are being chased by the Kala, the eternal time factor, or the death personified in that fashion. So that's why the intelligent person does not get attracted by this world. And it pervades everywhere. Small people are engulfed by the smaller companies are taken over by the bigger companies, just like Instagram or WhatsApp. They have been taken over by the Facebook. And, small businesses are taken over by the bigger business. Like the Walmart came, and so many small businesses shut down. Just like I remember in my village, when the actual big mall was established, and everybody thought it's just a mall, who cares? But the mall, they started selling everything so cheap that everyone wanted to just go to the mall and just buy everything. They have everything, from tomatoes, from potatoes, to nice dresses, clothes, shoes, everything. You just tell, you want TV, they have there. They have everything. They create a monopoly. And first they sold everything so cheap, so they literally ate all the local small businesses. And then when all the businesses were gone, they understood that now the people have no choice but us. So now they raise prices so much, and people have no choice because of their foolishness. They have finished the local, poor farmers, poor shopkeepers. They're all gone. So this is how the world is functioning. In the material world, the basic idea is enjoyment. How I can enjoy more and more. So that's why in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says that Nijendriya sukha hetu kamera tatparya Krishna sukha tatparya gopi bhavavarya. The lusty desires are experienced when one is concerned with his own personal sense gratification. The mood of the gopis is not like that. Their only desire is to satisfy the senses of Krishna. In this world, everyone is after enjoying the sense gratification. In any relationship, we think how I can gain, what she can offer me, or I can be friends with this person, but is he going to give me something important? If he is very famous, then we think, oh, I would like to be his friends. Why? Because he is famous. And if somebody is very powerful, like a politician, then definitely I would like to be his friends. And if somebody is just nobody, even he is a very nice person, we don't care. We think that what he has to offer to me. Similarly, the relationships between man and woman, the man thinks, oh, this girl is so slim, so let me marry her. Or the girl thinks, oh, this guy is so rich, let me marry him. But little do they know that after marriage things change, because the world, things don't remain the same. It always is a changing world. And then after marriage, the girl gets fat, or the guy gets poor. So the relationships that were based on material conception now has a complete U-turn, because the relationship was based, because she is beautiful, that's why I love her. But now she's not the same beautiful anymore. So I don't love her that much, because the relationship is based on the bodily or some physical attraction or some material gain. Or because he was rich, he could provide for me anything I wanted, but now he is poor, he's useless. So if the love or relationship is based on some material qualification, then it will always suffer. And that's why the devotees of Krishna, they don't love Krishna because he is the Supreme Lord. Or they don't even love Vaishnavas, because he is a great Vaishnava. or even the husband and wife in Krishna consciousness, they don't love each other because she is beautiful or he is rich. It's just because we are all part and parcel of Krishna. It's just because we are attracted to each other's devotion. And it's because we see that we belong to Krishna, and we see that because he is servant of Krishna, and I am also a servant of Krishna, and by Krishna's arrangement and desire, we have come together as husband and wife. So that's why we love each other, because we want to help each other love Krishna more and more and more. If that is the understanding, that is the idea, then the relationships will last forever. This world can be seen in two ways. I think one of the acharyas, one of the Goswamis, he mentions the world can be seen as a restaurant, and some people see it as a hospital. What is the best way to see it? In the restaurant, you go to enjoy. You go there, you see the menu, what is on the menu, you see, oh, I would like this, I would like this, and then you pay and you enjoy. That is the mentality of many people. They think, oh, this world is for my enjoyment, and I can pay with my karma. Karma is the currency. If you have good pious credit, then you can pay off and get whatever you want with the pious credits. But the intelligent people see the world as a hospital. Do you go to a hospital when you are sick and you tell the doctor, hey, I would like 2 margaritas, I would like some nice nuggets, I would like to order a nice bean and cheese burrito? Doctor will say, hey, you are a patient. You have to be patient. And you have to follow me. I'm going to decide what you get. So that is the mood and the humble attitude of the devotees of Krishna. That they think we are in a hospital and I have come here to be cured from all these vices who have been attacking me. I have been affected by the disease of kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mad, matsarya. I have so much of lust, anger, greed, so much of madness, envy, pride. I want to be cured from those. And then our guru is considered as the doctor. And he will prescribe you. He will say no intoxication, no meat eating, no gambling. And what did I miss? No meat eating, no intoxication, no gambling, no illicit sex. So he will say these 4 no, and he will say chant 16 rounds of Hare Krishna Mahamantra every day. Then we understand, okay, I'm getting cured and cured. But the curing does not happen overnight. We're still living in the hospital. And if you have been to a government hospital, a public hospital, especially I remember going there once when my friend was there, and it was pathetic. My friend was complaining that what kind of place I have been here. This is most pathetic place. He was put in a room with 100 people around him. And everybody was in pain because everybody was suffering from something. Somebody had cough problem. He was coughing all night. Somebody was sneezing all night. All night. All night. Somebody had gas problem. He was passing gas all night. And somebody was in pain. So much pain that he was just moaning and crying all night. And my friend is complaining to me, these all people are crazy. Where have I come? I couldn't even sleep all night. And I don't know how many days I have to spend here. Then I told him that you think that everybody has a problem. And how about you? Are you not giving any problem to others? So he said, yes, I'm also a big problem for them. So he also was crying in pain because of the accident and the injuries. So in this world, we complain that, oh, this person treated me so bad, or this person looked at me so bad. This person was aggressive to me. He hurt me. Or sometimes we say, he insulted me with such bad words. But we have to understand we're all in this hospital of material world, and everyone is having those problems. Somebody has the problem of greed. so he cheated you with money. Somebody has problem with anger, so he treated you very nasty. And somebody has problem with envy, and he is so envious of you that he always creates problems for you. So if we see the reality that these are also patients, people who are hurting us, people who are treating us bad, they are also patients and they are also being treated, then we can also be compassionate to them. And then together we can progress in our Krishna consciousness. One time Srila Prabhupada was approached by two disciples and they were fighting. Prabhupada, he did this to me. I was cooking and he put my cooker away and he put his water because he wanted to take a shower and it was very cold, so he wanted hot water. Prabhupada, but he grabbed a tongue and he hit me here. And Prabhupada said, just stop. Prabhupada said, you have to cooperate with each other. You are the disciples of the same Guru. If you do not cooperate, how can we even tell the people outside to cooperate? So Prabhupada said that the devotees of ISKCON, they are diamonds. They are like diamonds, but they are raw diamonds. If you have seen the diamonds, when they are freshly extracted from coal mine or different mines, when they get the diamonds, they are completely covered with all the nasty substances. The diamond is there inside, within, but it's covered. It's all black, and it looks like a trashy rock. So Prabhupada said that the devotees of ISKCON are like diamonds, and you know how diamonds are polished? The diamonds are kept in a big, nice, round box, and all the diamonds are kept together, and the circular box, it just rotates. And by that rotation, all the diamonds just scratch each other. Just they rub on each other, and then they polish each other. And then they start shining after going through that process, being rotated for a long time. So Srila Prabhupada said, just like that process, we are sometimes having some conflicts or some friction, but that friction will purify you. Srila Prabhupada said, keep tolerating and that friction will purify you. So in the spiritual world, the rasa is pure. It is so pure that the devotees do not want any sense gratification. They just want to serve the senses of Krishna. Nijendriya sukha vancha nahi gopikar Krishna sukha dite kare sangama vihar. Among the gopis, there is not a pinch of desire for sense gratification. Their only desire is to give pleasure to Krishna. And this is why they mingle with him and they enjoy with him. Say gopi bhavamrite jar lobhaya Veda dharma lokatyaji say Krishna bhajay. One who is attracted by that ecstatic love of the gopis does not care about popular opinion or the regulative principles of Vedic life. Rather, he completely surrenders unto Krishna and renders service unto him. So that's why Krishna gets so attached to such devotees who do not have any motivation, who do not have any reason or purpose, who do not want anything in return by their service. They just want to serve Krishna selflessly. So Krishna feels, what can I give them in return? Because they don't want anything. So Krishna feels that I am indebted to them because they are performing such wonderful service, but they don't want anything in return. So that's why Krishna says, for such great devotees, I cannot give them anything, so I give them myself. Because there is nothing else they want. They just want me. So to reciprocate with their love, I have nothing to give them but myself. So that's why we see all the great devotees, they possess Krishna, they have Krishna, and they can control Krishna. And Krishna takes pleasure in being the servant of such devotees, because Krishna feels indebted. So we should take shelter of such great devotees like our Mahabhagavad Srila Prabhupada, who came here, who distributed that Krishna, because he has Krishna, so he could give it to everyone. And with such process, we can also understand about the spiritual life, understand Vaikuntha life, and one day we can live that Vaikuntha life. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Anybody has any question? Everybody's satisfied. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.